Hey everybody, how's it going? Been a couple weeks since I uploaded a long form video, and honestly, it's because I've been kind of busy. But that's over. So now we got a little more time to focus on putting up some long form content for you guys on iRacing. And I've been kind of thinking about what I want to do with the channel. I'm not really happy with how I've been handling things here on the channel, and I think I'm going to try to take a new direction. Every week on iRacing, I really don't have too much time to sim race, if I'm being 100% honest. And when I do, I really hit it hard. So every week on iRacing, I really try to find one combo that I'm really going to like and that I'm going to be decently competitive in and really put my focus there and run as many races as possible. Just try to get as many laps as possible in. And I don't know if you guys know this, but iRacing is kind of expensive. The content is expensive. The tracks, the cars. You can spend a ton of money doing this, and I don't have a ton of money. So I try to buy iRacing tracks that I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of, and I try to buy cars that I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of. So my first purchase in a while on iRacing, because I was just so excited that they actually put this on the service, was this brand new Mustang GT3 Ford. Look at this thing. It is awesome looking. It sounds great. It's fun to drive. I can't believe it. It's actually fun to drive. It's a little challenging. Some people say it's challenging, a little hard to drive. I like that. This thing is a beast. It should be hard to drive. Mustangs really should be hard to drive, shouldn't they? It's a muscle car. It's American muscle. What do you think? So this week, I really focused on the GT Sprint Series, the B-Class 40-minute GT3 races. Full GT3 field, requires a pit stop. You know, I like the longer races. I like the pit stop. I like the strategy that it opens up. So I really focused on this 40-minute sprint series. I got 2 good races in because a lot of them kind of looked like this, and there was a little bit of this, and some twisted metal, and some beating and banging, and some wrecking, and some self-spinning because I'm not very good. No, we're in the wall. That's it. But I got 2 really good races of these. I was hanging out just outside the top 10 in a lot of them. Got a decent finish in a couple and got a really good finish in one. So we're going to break these down. We're going to kind of look at some of the highlights from this week, from these 40-minute races. Sometimes people play nice down in the turn 1. Sometimes not so much. This is one of those races where everybody plays pretty nice to start with. And in these races, I noticed that the field would get pretty spaced out. I mean, the field ended up getting pretty spaced out in most of these races. So it's just kind of find your way, find your place in line, find your rhythm, get comfortable, and make it to the pit stops and see what you can do on strategy there.
We're moving up towards the top 10.
On the right.
But you got to survive. You got to make it to the pit stops, and that's a challenge sometimes, especially when you're in a gaggle of cars like this. Look at this line of cars. This is like 7 cars right here, really all just kind of going after it. And when you go through the infield like this, the traffic can get just backed up and stacked up so easily. You see the one car looking to the inside of us, and he's going to get it done, and I'm just going to kind of let him have it. You know, I'm not really too excited to really kind of race these guys so early in the race. This is still just lap 2 as we're kind of getting down here. And you see the one car, he's really going for it. He's really getting aggressive. He gets into this purple Porsche here. We look back up the outside of the one car, but just going to fall back in line here again as we come back up onto the oval. And this one car, man, he's really eager. He's wanting to go. He is wanting to go. And when people are like this, they can go. Go ahead. Y'all can go ahead. I will run my race right here and just kind of follow along. Coming down into turn 1, though, the one car still getting aggressive, looking to make a move on the purple Porsche. He's got the Merc on the outside, and we're just kind of spectating, seeing where we're going to be able to get a move done maybe as we drive it in nice and deep and nice and smooth, and we pull right up to the back of the Mercedes. I think I'm a little bit faster, probably about the same pace as that purple Porsche up there in front of us, but I know I'm faster than this Mercedes, so I want to get the move done quick. So we're going to get a little aggressive and get down on the inside of him here. He leaves the door open on the inside, but that sets us back up for the inside on this left-hander here. Ride the curb a little bit, up over, use a little bit more of the track than there is to get that move done. A little bit of action here, though, before the pit stops as we get sandwiched between these Porsches, and that blue and white one sends it up the inside on the bus stop. And now we're going to have to find a way around these two. They end up swapping spots, so the purple one now in front of me got this Mercedes looking up the inside of us, heading down into turn one, and I was just going to let him have it, honestly. I was going to let him go, but this purple Porsche goes way, way deep, and we're going to get our elbows out a little bit.
We're on your right. We're on the right.
Excuse me, coming through.
Kind of bump him out of the way. I'm not sure if he thought that he was going to come all the way back down, but I forced my way through there. A little aggressive. And these guys have just had a nightmare trying to come out. That's that Porsche we were racing with, the blue and white one, and not the best re-entry attempt from the number one car. So the purple Porsche, he gets us back. He's back in front of us after we make our pit stops, and he probably wants to stay in front of us after we kind of bumped him out of the way, but he's not going to do it doing that. He loses it on the bus stop in very similar fashion to the clip that I played earlier, and he gets him in the wall hard. We'll bring it home, though. Cool. P11.
Very cool. I'm really liking this GT3. This Mustang. Really liking it. But this is, of course, a great combo.
There's the flag. It's over.
Yep.
All right, man.
So very happy with that finish in one of the 40-minute races. It was nice to finally just put one together after wrecking and, just not even being on the lead lap. It was nice to finally put one together. But I'm going to wind back the clock a little bit and show you guys one of the better races that I've had road racing on iRacing, and one of the more interesting races, especially since they've added the weather and it's become possible. What was it like, one of my first races in this Mustang GT3, to ride around in the wet at Daytona on slicks, by the way? Wish I had better news than this, that the audio sounds absolutely terrible for this race. It would be a lot more enjoyable if we could just watch the whole thing, I think.
Oh, it's getting pretty slick right now.
Actually put in a pretty good qualifying time, as you can see here, starting up front with these guys. But look at that. Got a little bit of rain coming in. Just a little bit of rain coming in, and we're going to start on the slicks. We have to start on the slicks. There's no rain yet. It is on the way, so we're going to start on the slicks. And this is a short race. This is a 20-minute race. So we're really only going to have about 9 or 10 laps to complete here at Daytona. It's about it's pushing a 2-minute lap. So we'll maybe have to make a decision on the tires. But for now, I'm just going to hit the slicks, and we're just going to go. So this was actually one of the first races that I did with this Mustang GT3. Was still getting used to the car. I was still just trying to figure out how this thing drove, how hard I could really push it, and didn't have the fastest lap times, but I got put in this split where I'm a high-rated car. So just a quick little iRating update. My sports car road iRating is as close to my oval iRating as it has been in a long time. So my goal is to get both of those near or above, especially the oval. I want to get the oval above 2,000, but I want to get the sport car as close to 2,000 as possible before the end of the season. So as this race kind of starts to settle in, we're here with the fellow Mustang, just going to follow him, and a little bit spaced out, a good gap from P1, P2, P3, P4, but the top 5 are all kind of just keeping touch with one another, just about as well as they can hope. I think everybody was a little on edge with the weather being a possible factor in this one, but we're keeping touch with this Mustang. P1, P2, the Mustangs. I saw a lot of Mustangs in the fixed series, which is what this is. This is the fixed setup series. There was quite a few Mustangs in each race for this series. Less Mustangs in the open series, but they were definitely still there. So people are enjoying this car. People are buying this car and giving it a try. But I think it's obvious. I really haven't used any other GT3s in iRacing, obviously. This is the first one that I've bought since the old Ferrari. But I think it's obvious that some of them in the open setup series are just a little bit, they just perform a little bit better than this Mustang. We see it a lot in the fixed series where it's a more level playing field, but not as much as we move into the open series. But this is a fixed series race, so we're keeping touch with this Mustang. And the gap hasn't really closed. It hasn't really widened as we come down to the bus stop here. And he is going to go just a little bit too far to the left. And that is going to be a penalty. And as we come in the turn 3 and 4, the first bits of rain are going to start hitting the windshield, and we're going to go to the lead. He's got to serve a slowdown. That just hands the lead right to us. And now I don't rush to make any decisions because I'm in the lead of the race. There is not much time left in this race. So I'm thinking, man, I'm probably just going to tough it on these slicks. But the rain is starting to get heavier and more consistent. You can see as this Rexy Porsche behind us starts to get real close. He's starting to close the gap. He's picking up a little bit of time. The Rooster Tails, we're starting to see a little bit of spray. There's some water starting to form on the track. And I'm starting to get a little nervous because now it's getting slick. The curbs are getting slick. You got to stay off the curbs. The dry line is getting pretty slick. And I'm just wanting to keep this Porsche behind me as much as possible, but I don't want to end my race. I'm just going to I'm not trying to find the max edge of the grip here or anything like that. I'm just trying to keep a consistent, decent pace, keep the car on the track. Don't get in the grass. The grass will kill you. Try to stay off the curbs as much as possible. But this Porsche, he's sniffing. He's really there. And he stays and keeps the pressure on me this whole time. And I got to give him a huge shout out for that. I mean, really just kept the pressure on me this whole time. He found speed in the rain. While other people dropped off, including myself, dropped off the pace just a little bit, he found speed in the rain. And as we come into the bus stop here, he's going to keep it close. Those curbs, so slick. And this is when I'm really starting to question the level of grip that we have. Those curbs, they really made me realize how wet it's getting. Down into turn 1, he's going to look up the inside. And I'm thinking he might be a little too brave, but he makes it stick there on the inside. Just a little bit of contact as we kind of drag race down. The curb gets me unsettled, and he easily goes to the lead. And this next couple laps, this is about as close as we're going to get for pretty much the rest of the race to this Porsche. He's just going to kind of he knows what his car has. I mean, I guess this Porsche had more grip than me, or is he just more brave? I'm really not sure. But he was getting in there and really getting on the brakes, driving the car in deep into the corner. And we could only keep up on these on these fast parts of the track. You can see going through the kink there, a little bit of a shake as the grip starts to get less and less. The rain has been steady. The rain has been constant. And you can see he's having some trouble too, but I'm having a little more trouble. And I'm just not ever really going to be able to truly challenge him in a part of the track where I would be able to pull off an actual overtake. Coming down in the turn 1 right here, yeah, I mean, I really thought that he just went way too far, but he keeps it on the tarmac. If he would have went out onto that lighter asphalt out there towards the right a little bit, I think that he probably would have had a pretty big problem, and I would have been able to just to kind of scoot by. And really trying it down to the bus stop here, and it's, oh man, almost lost it. I know I almost lost it there. This is at the point where I'm thinking I might have made a mistake. I might have made a mistake staying on these dry tires because it is getting really, really impossible out here to just try and keep the car straight. You saw it when we went through the kink the last time. You saw it going in the bus stop. I'm having to really just try to carry all my momentum in a straight line, not make any twitchy inputs or anything into the wheel. White flag, down in the turn 1 again. He takes it way out wide, just like last time. Almost gets into the lighter concrete. He does not. There's just not a lot of grip out. There's not a lot of grip out there to begin with. So the rain would have been a really big factor if he would have got way out there to the right. But again, earlier, after he took the lead, that's about the closest that we got to this Porsche. And I've got to give this guy a lot of credit. And I did at the end of the race over the voice chat. I gave him a lot of credit for just being braver than me. That's all it really came down to. I thought for sure this guy is putting way, way too much trust in the level of grip that is actually out there on the track. It worked. So he's going to get the win. And I set up just about as well as I can this final lap coming down in the bus stop. I got pretty close to him coming up onto the oval, but look, he's got a pretty good amount of straight line speed. I don't have the amount of straight line speed. Couldn't get the power down, couldn't get the grip down, couldn't get the drive, and I know I got to keep it off the curbs so I want to have any chance down in the bus stop. And we hit the curbs on both sides, and it's just too slick, trying to keep the car under me. A little bit of a slide. He gets through nice and easy through the bus stop, and that's it. So I was feeling really confident. I was a little upset that I wasn't maybe braver and tried to, go a little deeper, push a little harder. But I was very happy with my P2, especially with how slick it started to get on that last lap. And the lap before that was getting extremely slick. So happy to bring it home in one piece, bring it home in P2. And so I started to feel a little bit of confidence with this GT3. And you can see that here off this clip, off this start of the race, where I'm throwing my elbows out a little bit. We're getting in there. We're getting tough. We're picking up some spots. And I'm starting to feel pretty good about how I can drive this Mustang. So with all the confidence that I built this week in this combo, I've did one final 40-minute sprint, and this one was a good one. People were playing nice. It's a pretty calm start. As you can see, everybody funnels down into turn one, playing pretty nice. But this was a great race. This is my highest finish of the week, the most complete race that I put together all week. And I'm just going to kind of let this one play out, let you guys enjoy the natural sounds of the racing of the Mustang. One final time from Daytona. This is the Mustang GT3, and I think you'll enjoy one of the overtakes that I pull off in this one. It's a little lazy, but it's a good one.
Honestly, everybody played pretty nice. Whoa.
I was going for a box off, you decided to move it away last night.
Fuck, I wish I would sneeze. Please. Ooh, I'm just trying not to go in the back of this guy. A couple close calls.
Got one on your left. Still there? Hold your line. Still there? Hold your line. Clear on the left. Or on your right. All clear, all clear.
Well, I was going to let him go, but that was a pretty easy overtake. Each other out. Hugging the inside. There's a position. I've been a victim of that many times. It's very easy to do.
Car 27 has taken the lead.
The only other GT3 I have driven on iRacing is the old Ferrari, though. So,
Car on your left. All clear, all clear.
can't really comment on these other ones. I would like to pass these guys on the track. Not when they pit. All right, about 10 to go.
You're pulling
Woo!
down behind. We got you 2.5 seconds. Are on your right.
Thought he might give me the outside.
Lap of the session. All clear, all clear. Got one on your right.
Oh, baby.
Clear on the right.
Little twofer. I need to drive away from these guys now. Not going to do it like that. I could tell that Corvette was feeling indecisive. I went for it.
White flag. One more lap to go.
I will happily bring this thing around one more time for P7. Happily. No, 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 no. Whoa, baby. Woo! That's the proof I needed to remember. You always got to get it back around one more time.
Race ticket.
One more chance to really mess it up
Good
here.
race, man. I can't believe I won that bad. You made me work for it, man. Good race.
Yeah, I'm taking a track on the draw to the bus stop. Not even touching the curb, going off track. And slow down.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was just killing you through the bus stop.
Yeah, straightaway speedy there.
All right, man. We'll take our P7.
Yeah, fair.
Very
That's a good
cool.
race, though.
Good way to end it. Been building to that. I needed some races
You're losing
as a higher number car,
We got you.
higher SOF races, and we got them. We did good. P7. Not bad.
Adam, you gotta slow down.
Not bad.
Yeah, man. White car.
There's the checker.
How many outside?
0x.
There you go, man. Good job, driver.
You've got possession first.
There's an incident ahead. We got a slow car up ahead. You got one on
Oh
your left.
my lord.
3 wide, you're in the middle. Go right. All clear, all clear. You got one on your left. Still. Green flag, green flag.
Oh, this is gonna be a cluster. 3 wide in the corner.